This is a Headgum podcast.
Hello and welcome to Perfect Person, the show where I'm perfect and you're a person. I've recently been using the frozen rice packets from Trader Joe's. And by the way, I find them to be revolutionary in my busy lifestyle. I don't have 40 minutes to cook a brown rice, but you know what I do have is 3 minutes to toss that puppy on the freaking microwave and get it to be heated up so that me and my wife can enjoy a little beef bowl.
You have a professional rice maker.
I know. Unfortunately, I do have an industrial grade. Not industrial. It was a gift, and it makes a little fun, chimey noise. But Sarah, we don't have the time. Where am I finding the time to make rice? It's like, okay, I gotta wash the rice.
Hey, you're talking to a microwave gal.
I miss cooking because I've been so busy. Although right now I'm about to embark into a season of unbusyness because, as people now know, I no longer work at Dry Guys.
It's really weird. You've been working so much.
I know. I've been working a crazy amount because before also
so much.
Yeah,
I've been at home.
I know. My poor wife.
Waiting.
My poor wife waiting for me to come home. No, you do a million things. You actually have a very, very busy calendar.
Yeah, because I can't be at home. So for those of you guys with kids, you know, I'm just like, we're doing every activity possible. If you know me, I'm like, hey, you want to hang out? I have a baby. Let's hang out.
No,
what can we do?
way.
Let's go to the park. Let's go to the class. Go. Because it's too hard. It's too hard hanging out at
Anything
home.
that's making the time
It's like yellow
go
wallpaper.
fast.
They start like dripping.
Yeah. It starts to ooze all together. But I'm excited to have more free time, both to hang out with you and also to work on a bunch of projects, as people know. I mean, but like before, like there was a long period of time where I was doing, Try Guys and Perfect Person, and we have a little baby. So I was waking up in the morning, doing it at night.
You finished at 12. And I will say this to all wives or partners out there.
Yeah.
I'm a sleep-in gal. I thought.
You talking to me, Willis?
I thought when I became a mom, I'm like, here it comes.
Yeah.
I'm going to be a morning person. My mom was like, you're never going to be a morning person until you have a baby. And I was like, that day is going to come. It didn't come.
It never came.
I still am not good in the morning.
Maybe when you're 90 and like your circadian rhythm is really fucked up.
It's just so, last night, it was like, I have a baby. It was 1 a.m. and I was like, Sarah, go to sleep.
I know.
But I couldn't. And so, but you take the baby every morning and until like 8:39.
And we party. We were hanging out. I'm making coffee. He's going, blah, blah. He's saying all sorts of words that don't mean anything, but he has a meaning. We just don't know what it is. We don't speak baby. Sometimes I feel that way.
What if I was like, I speak baby.
I speak baby.
I speak baby.
He's saying, please pass my snack. No, he's all the time being like saying crazy stuff, and I don't even know what he's talking about.
One day.
That'll be so nice, by the way. When he can just talk, it'll be like going everywhere with a sidekick. I said this to you before. I'm like, we can go to Home Depot, sidekick. Julian, pick up the hammer. And he'll be like, okay. And he'll run it back.
Are you kidding me? That's now.
Oh, that'll be great.
He is my sidekick.
I know, but he can't do much as a sidekick.
Yeah.
He can just sort of cling
My
on to
sidekick's bad. Sorry.
Sorry.
He can talk.
Yeah, I know. If Batman had Robin and Robin was a baby, he would not get anything
I'd
done.
watch that show.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah, I'd watch that cartoon.
I smell a pitch.
Listen to this. It's Batman and Robin is a baby.
Well, Sarah, the audience obviously knows you. How do you feel about me leaving my job, by the way?
Oh, I mean, I think it's scary.
Yeah.
Because I don't have a job.
No,
right
for
now.
sure.
I mean,
right.
Hopefully I'll like sell things this year and stuff.
I mean, there's a writer's strike. There's also
it's hard, but so it's always scary. But I trust you.
I appreciate that.
You're amazing. And I think you're gonna soar. And I think you're gonna create a lot more. Like you're someone that like creates so much, and you have like so much fun doing it. And I think you're gonna be just as busy to break your bones. Break your bones. Is that the phrase? What's the phrase?
Break your bones, break your balls.
God,
Bust your balls.
cannot remember any phrases.
You're always mixing them up, and
I make them up.
It's
break your bones.
It's a joy to me. But I'll say that I think I will build back up to being just as busy. Which that's just kind of how I operate, though. I do feel like the busier I am, the more productive I am. And that's not true for necessarily everybody.
No, I think it's true, and I think it's like the busier I am, the more I work out, all that, like the more I'm alive. Yeah. I kind of like, but that's maybe a sign of an extrovert. Like I go to a one party and I'm great. Then I'm buzzed up for the next party.
Yeah, right.
But if I don't go to any party, I'm at home, like I can't get out there. So it's like sleep begets sleep, but party begets party.
I feel like I'm a rare hybrid breed of extrovert introvert. What's that called? An extra introvert. Extra introvert. I feel like I get gassed up at a party. I obviously love to socialize, but I can also sit at my desk and tinker by myself and be totally chill.
You definitely can.
I know. Like I just like that stuff too. And I don't really know. I get juice out of both.
Most people are on the spectrum of introvert, extrovert.
I'm on the social spectrum.
Of introvert, extrovert.
I get energy from everything. I'm just sucking it up.
Yeah.
A big energy bomb. Well, Sarah, the people obviously know you've been on the show before, but what have you been doing recently that you feel like is perfect advice for the perfect people out there that you want to share?
So I'm a return baby.
Oh, yeah. You are really good at this where I feel that I don't have the confidence myself.
I used to be really bad at returns and I'm like, because I would buy something. But now that like we buy everything online, which is, probably too bad, but buy everything online, it's like, I'll never return that. You think you'll return it and then you never do. And then you're like, shit, now I have this like stupid thing that I was going to return. Amazon makes it super easy to return, right? But you don't always want to order from that evil corporation.
That guy sucks.
Yeah. I mean, not, of course I do, but
for real. Necessary evil.
but you have all these returns, right? And it's really stressful. And you're like, first, if you are going to return things.
A YouTube tutorial, somebody who's like, if you want to return something, the first thing you have to do is open the box.
No, I'm serious. I think you have to own a printer, and that is crazy to say.
Oh my God, by the way, and our printer is in this weird closet right now, and it is a nightmare to go get. Although it got easier.
No, because we have the Wi-Fi working and you can print wherever. But
yeah, for years I said the Wi-Fi didn't work and I was wrong.
Oh my God, guys, this kills me.
I know, because I'm good with computers.
This kills me that you just admitted that. Oh my God, I was in tears for years because I was like,
I couldn't figure it out.
I have to have the Wi-Fi with the printer because I am so bad at printing something. That this is my suggestion. You put it all in a box and you go and have a day of returns.
Have a day of returns is your advice.
The return day. So if you do returns, you have to know
line them all up.
Line them all up.
Sure. USPS, UPS, FedEx, and then you're just going out in one big swath and saying, this is what I'm doing
exactly. Today. But the thing is sometimes I get a little feisty at 1 a.m. and I buy a bunch of stuff.
Interesting.
And and then a week later I'm like, wait, I can't afford it. What was I doing? I can't afford it. This is stupid. And then I'm like, okay, you know what? Time for return day.
Right.
And then I get like a little iced coffee and I'm like, it's a return day.
You make a day of it.
I make a day of it. And I go to FedEx, I go to UPS, I go to Whole Foods to return the Amazon stuff. I'm like, it's return day.
You atone for your purchased items in the middle of the night.
Yeah. And then I think this is called girl math.
Yeah.
When you return things, you make money. So then I'm like, it was return day.
I can't handle this.
Return day. And I was like, I just made $300.
No, yeah, this is.
And then I deserve to go buy another treat.
No, see,
yes.
I've seen this happen before. Where you go, I have an Amazon. We'll be like, should we have something like? You'll be like, oh, can we buy this like fun little thing? And you'll be like, don't worry, I have an Amazon balance. And I'm like, right, because because there was something that we bought before that you realized we didn't need, and then then there it goes the balance. But I'm guilty of it too. When I have an Amazon balance, when I have cash is free to me.
Girl math, yeah.
Cash is free to me.
Yeah.
If I have cash and I buy something, I have purchased nothing. Nothing has left my wallet. I have only gained.
Exactly.
Well, Sarah, that's obviously flawless advice for the people out there.
Yeah.
And we have to get to the calls because people are calling in from all around the globe. Oh, the light went out. Woo! People are calling in from all around the globe, and I'm obviously here with you to answer their calls and give them piping hot advice.
Okay.
But before we get to the calls, okay.
No, I got nervous all of a sudden.
No, don't be nervous.
I know. It's a lot of pressure.
No. Surely not. I do it every week. But before we get to the calls, if you like the show, you can consider subscribing and liking on whatever platform you're freaking on so you don't miss a single episode. That's Spotify, that's YouTube, and turn on those notifications so you don't miss a single episode. And if you love the show, That's if you like the show. If you love the show, consider joining the Patreon, where there are ad-free extended versions of every single episode of the show, as well as bonus episodes on Fridays, where I call back people from the show and I talk to them about how my advice changed their lives and how their situations turned out, as well as little freaking bespoke episodes where they're like heavily themed, or they're wild and wacky and weird. So head over to the Patreon to get a little more of that. And because I quit my job, I'm juicing the Patreon.
You are.
I'm doing all sorts of extra stuff. I have lots of fun plans.
He's been talking about it for months.
I know, because I'm just like, I want to really do really like fun, bigger stuff.
Yeah.
Like I did the plunge cast with Jay, where we went out and we plunged and did a podcast while we did it. And it was like so fun. I was like, I'd love to do a, freaking, weird themed episode on the street.
Go to the beach.
Beach pod. Sure. I was honestly like, I want to solve people's advice questions out, like on Hollywood Boulevard would be a fun platinum episode. I feel like. Anyway, but head on over to the Patreon for all of that. And I have no choice, Sarah, but to get to the phone lines.
Okay.
We are getting that juice. We are getting that juice. This one has a lot going on, and I'm not really sure what her ultimate issue is.
Hey, Miles. I broke onto a guy's sailboat and unscrewed the table leg off of his only table on the sailboat. If he wants to get back together, do I go back on the sailboat and screw back on, or do I just pretend that it never happened? All right, let me know. But
it seems like it was a hookup. She was like, if he wants to get back together. So somebody she hooked up with, she stole their table leg?
No, she unscrewed it.
But then she took it, it sounds like.
Oh.
Because she was like, if we get back together, do I come back on and put it back on?
Oh, I thought she was just like, do I screw it back? Let's find out.
Do you ever have a souvenir from an ex? It's like, oh, they don't really know that I have this shirt, but I'll just keep it.
I mean, yeah, I think I'm actually someone that has always left stuff, and then I'm like, fuck, there goes those earrings.
Yeah.
One time, oh, this was the worst. I was in New York, and this guy, he went to boarding school with me.
Yeah.
I saw him in boarding school, and I was like, he's really hot. And then he got suspended, and then I never saw him again. And then I moved to New York, and he was still friends with all of us from boarding school. Sure. And he was in there, and I was like, oh my God, I'm going to hook up with him 10 years later. This is great. I did. But after hooking up, he was like, it was like 3 a.m. It was like in Queens. I was like, I'm not walking home. And he was like, that's my boundary.
What? He was trying to get you to leave his house at 3 a.m?
He was like, it's my boundary. I don't like people sleeping over. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
That's so crazy.
I was so pissed.
Yeah, that's so wild.
I was like, oh, I was like, not going to do it. And then I was like, he's like, you can't. I just won't sleep because I can't sleep. And I was like, fine. None of us will sleep. I was really pissed.
You doubled down.
I doubled down. But then after 5 minutes, I was like, oh, fine, whatever.
Well, there's something funny about being like, I have a boundary. It's like, it's 3 a.m. I'm a woman in the middle of the night in Queens. Like,
I know. Are you kidding me?
Having to get across town. Like, that's crazy.
I was so pissed. But anyways, I left my earrings there. They were these great long hoop
We should call him and get
earrings.
him back.
No, I did.
Excuse me. My current wife used to hook up with you, and she left her earrings.
They were really great. They were like really thin. They were oval gold. They were perfect. Yeah. And I liked, if this has happened prior, and I never asked for them because I'm like, whatever, c'est la vie. I'm not going to go humiliate myself to go get this thing. Because usually in all these situations, they've broken up with me. Always. And
so it's hard to be like, can I have this back?
Yeah, because it's just too embarrassing. But this time I was like, these earrings, I can't. I have to see them because I need these earrings. But it really looked like, because it looked like I wanted to see him, but I really did just want the earrings.
Oh, and he didn't want to meet up?
No, he did, but I think he thought I was trying to be like, hey, can I have my earrings? But I really was just having the earrings. Like,
by the way,
shown himself to be a jerk.
Drop him in a Dropbox. Yeah. Unfortunately, sometimes jerks can be cute.
He was really cute.
You hate to see that, folks. Yeah. If you're out there and you're listening, it's time you know. Yeah. Jerks can be cute too.
I mean, maybe he wasn't that big of a jerk. He just wasn't into me, which means he's a jerk.
By the way, also possible.
So we met up for a drink, and then we immediately got into some fight. I don't know what it was.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so messy, Sarah.
I know.
To get into a fight on the leave behind, like
I know. I've never talked to him since. And
what was it about? What was the fight possibly about?
I don't know, but I'm sure it's because I felt rejected.
3 a.m?
No, I'm sure I felt rejected.
Yeah,
because I think he was not into me.
There was a girl that I dated in New York as well, and I broke up with her, and she was like, it was over the phone. Mm-hmm. We weren't dating. We just like hooked up like a handful of times, but enough that I had to kind of be like, hey. And she was like, well, you have my scarf, and you have to come deliver it to my apartment. I was like, oh, like whatever, like, okay. And I went, and she was so livid at me. And it was clear that she just wanted to kind of.
Yeah, I'm on her side.
I mean, look, hey, she needed to let it out.
She needed to let it out.
Sometimes
you let it out.
And I was like, you know what? Okay, that's fine. Like, I'm the one breaking up with you. No, I'm the one breaking up with you. You have every right to kind of let your feelings out about, what I have done here.
Yeah. Oh God, I just got like a flood of embarrassment from that whole era of time.
No.
I feel it like flooded over.
It's just like when somebody doesn't like you too, it's so hurtful, even though it just ultimately is like, has nothing to do with you kind of. What were you about to say?
There's this one guy. Oh God, it's so embarrassing. I could cry thinking about it. I could cry.
What is it?
No, we had been like hooking up for 6 months, and I was so smitten, but I was trying to be cool.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, whatever. We're such sluts.
I'm a cool girl.
Yeah, I'm cool, whatever. I'm hooking up with everyone. And I was like, okay, a girlfriend is like someone like you like hanging out with, like a friend that you have sex with. Was this your pitch to him? Yeah, it was my pitch to him. I was like, it's
you
a friend.
Poor thing.
I was like,
you poor thing. You're like, so the dictionary defines girlfriend as this.
A
friend that you have sex with.
And you don't have sex with other people though. Yeah. And he was like, okay, I'm going to have to think about it.
Oh, Sarah.
He was just like, I don't know. And I was like, it's fine. Like I don't know what it was. I think we were on AIM because we were both assistants, and it was, this is horrifying. I probably shouldn't even, he aimed me. It was like, had been like after this happened, and I was like, okay, whatever. I'm heartbroken. And he aimed me being like, this is so horrible. And I aimed him back. I'm like, I know, it is really horrible. And he was like, yeah, the Boston
bombing.
Bombing is really upsetting.
Oh my God. This is so horrible. Yeah.
It is.
It is. My feelings. And he's like, no, there was a bombing in Boston today.
And I was like, well, I was talking about us.
You said that?
I don't remember what I aimed, okay?
Sarah, that's so embarrassing.
I know. But anyways, long story short, it sucks to be rejected.
It does suck to be rejected.
Yeah.
It's not so fun.
Yeah, it's not so fun. So
well, let's call this person back. Just like that deadbeat friend with the nice hair that you dated in college, vitamin labels can also be pretty disappointing. Misleading labels, questionable ingredients, sugary formulas. That's going to be a hard pass for me. But then there's Ritual, made for skeptics by skeptics. With their multivitamin for women, what you see is what you get, and what you get is that good. I've been popping Ritual multivitamins for a while now. I take their Essential for Men 18+. I find that it's like a nice way to start my day because it reminds me to stay healthy and nutritious throughout the day. And then also I'm making sure that I'm getting all the vitamins and minerals I need, because who knows what I'm even gonna have for the rest of the day. It could be Sloppy Joe week here at the Bonsignore household. Essential for Women 18+ is a clinically backed multivitamin with high quality and traceable key ingredients in clean bioavailable forms. With 9 key nutrients in 2 capsules per day, their unique beetle-eaten oil is even patented. There's also a minty essence in every bottle to keep things fresh and help make taking your multis every day actually enjoyable. I do look forward to this little whiff of minty wind. No more shady business. Ritual's Essential for Women 18+ is a multivitamin you can actually trust. Ritual is offering my listeners 30% off during your first month. Visit ritual.com/perfectperson to start Ritual or add Essential for Women 18+ to your subscription today. I like the branding. I like the multivitamin. I take it on the daily, and I do think that you should also. An average day with my little baby Julian is hectic and wild and wacky. okay? We're looking for different activities because he is getting into everything, and I find that anything that can be in our arsenal of entertainment for our 8-month-old is going to be a huge plus, and oftentimes that's why I am turning to KiwiCo, baby. KiwiCo is a must-have subscription for your child that encourages brain-building play. The Panda Crate was specifically designed for newborns and toddlers to support their rapid development in their first 2 years of life. We've gotten a couple Panda Crates in the mail, and I gotta tell you, Julian absolutely loves the stuff that they send over. One of his absolute hands-down all-time favorite toys is the double spinning drum. It's a little wooden wheel that he can kind of move around, and it's got a marble inside that's gonna go clickety-clackety-click, and he loves to do it. He loves when I actually do it super fast as well, because guess what? Julian's toys are actually toys for me, because at 6 in the morning, a toy is a toy, and daddy also needs to play with it. You'll receive up to 6 age-appropriate products that support child-led play and encourage up to 10 different skills for your baby, from developing cognitive skills to engaging their senses and practicing fine motor control. Each Panda Crate includes expert-backed activities to help babies at every stage learn by doing what they do best, playing and exploring. Foster brain-building play with KiwiCo, and right now, get 50% off your first month, plus free shipping at kiwico.com, promo code PERFECTPERSON. That's 50% off your first month, plus free shipping at kiwico.com, promo code PERFECTPERSON. kiwico.com, promo code PERFECTPERSON. Get playing with those baby toys. Yo!
And luckily for you guys, I worked on boats.
Oh, that's right.
Every single summer.
You have a lot of experience in the boat
I cleaned boats for a long time.
Hello?
Hello, you called Perfect Person, and I'm here to call you back to hear about your boat hookup.
Oh my God. I cannot believe this is happening. Okay, hold on. I'm going somewhere where I can talk.
Wait, he's over?
No, she's on the boat.
No. I'm just at work.
Oh,
and I work as a marine biologist, so obviously that helps me with the boat situation.
God, what?
That's so cool, by the way.
That's like what everyone dreams of wanting to become when they
who's
grow
there?
up.
By the way, this is my wife, Sarah.
Hi.
Oh my God, it's Sarah! Shut up!
I can't believe you're a marine biologist. I thought that's just in rom-com movies.
I know. It's definitely a romantic comedy job. It's like, I'm a marine biologist. I care about animals, and I'm brilliant.
That's amazing.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, so I'm a literal whale biologist in California. I just moved. It's this whole thing.
Oh my God.
I was seeing this guy and now I know.
That's so cool. Whales are amazing.
They're big, by the way. Do you know that?
Shut up.
Is that the first class in marine biologist? They're like, by the way, these things are fucking huge.
Yeah, no, they're like, did you know how big they are? Because they're wild to see in person. And we get super close to them when they breach and everything, and it's unbelievable.
God.
Wow.
Imagine a bus just launching itself out of the water.
It's beautiful.
And we get to name them. I named a whale Chow. Miles, I named a whale Chow.
No fucking way. Where?
Oh.
You named a whale Chow?
No, I literally named a whale Chow because I have been religiously listening to the show, and it's a whale scene in Monterey. If you go onto happywhale.com, you can look up the whale Chow, parentheses TMMC, and it is our whale.
I'm going to cry.
That is so fucking amazing. I couldn't be more honored to have a Chow out there in the ocean.
That's so cool. Wait, do you know about the lonely whale? That whale that couldn't find its partner?
No, tell me about the lonely whale.
Okay, no, this is for another time.
Yeah, essentially there's a whale that's been mooing or whatever.
We have business to get to.
Yeah, we have business to get to. What is your situation and what are you calling it about?
Okay, so I was seeing this guy for 2 months and things were getting more serious. His energy was so good. My energy so good. Everything was super fun. Things were going super well. He has a sailboat. Obviously, I'm on the boat all the time, for work. And so I was going to learn how to sail and we were having fun. Things were good. And then he went away for work super unexpectedly for 2 weeks. And he was reassuring me that things were fine, but I just felt this intense energy change, and I couldn't figure out what was happening. So I doubled down on my energy, which I'm not proud of, and I got super antsy about it. And I was just basically being oh my God, what's going on? Are you good? Are we good? And then when he got back, I was like, okay, so we've both been talking about how we're not seeing other people. What would change if I was your girlfriend? What would be different than our situation right now if I was your girlfriend? And Miles, when I tell you, I just should not have done that because the words out of his mouth were, well, you can be my girlfriend if you want, which is not correct.
Oh, no. It's so funny that you're saying this. Sarah just told this story after we listened to your voicemail about a situation that was almost identical to this.
Except his response was even worse. He said, let me think about it. Yeah. So just think, it could be worse. It could be worse. I mean, maybe, okay, I'm just being positive here. Maybe he was like, just like, if you want to be like, at least he didn't say no. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, here's the thing. I wasn't like deluding myself thinking that he was the one, right? It's just that I was having fun and I felt him pull away and it made me double down somehow.
Oh my God. Are we the same person?
By the way, I'm just remembering that I also remember doing a similar thing.
Because no one likes that feeling. You're like, wait, why are you? It's pulling away from the conversation. No one likes that feeling. So you're like,
we talk about this all the time, that if you're at the party and you can feel someone pulling away from the conversation, you'll double down to be like, and actually, where's your parents from? What do you want to do for your life?
And you're like, I don't care.
Yeah.
You're like, wait, I didn't even want you, but now I want you. What?
I remember being in a situation where I was casually hooking up with somebody and it was like, oh yeah, this is fun or whatever. And I could just tell that she was like starting to not be as into it. And I was like, you should be my girlfriend. Okay, awesome.
Yep.
We're boyfriend, girlfriend.
No, that's exactly what happened.
And she was like, okay, yeah, okay. And then like the next time we hung out, she was like, by the way, I think that I don't want that. And I was like,
no.
Yeah, okay.
So here's how this kept going. So I brought this up. We had the conversation. Eventually, it ended up in me being like, well, I'm not going to be your pity girlfriend. If you're going to ask me to be your girlfriend, that's a different thing.
Yeah.
And he was like, okay, well, will you be my girlfriend?
That's good.
I was like, yes. So then I was his girlfriend for 4 days, you guys.
No.
Me in sixth grade.
No.
Everyone had a girlfriend for 3 days.
Yeah, we're going steady for a whole half week.
4 days. And then I go over to his house and the energy that has been declining has hit an all-time
my God,
low.
no.
And I was like, God, I know what this is. This is terrible. He just like doesn't have the heart to say something or whatever. He's hoping it'll get better. But I was like, this is awful. So I waited the whole time. And then as I was leaving, he was like, text me when you get home. And I stopped for gas on the way home and I texted him and I was just like, hey, look, like we're both adults. If I'm going to trust that if something is off, you're going to let me know. Right.
You're so mature.
He responded and he was like, yeah, I have been feeling super off about us. Do you want to talk Wednesday when you're back from the boat? And I was like, no, because at that point it was a Monday. I was like, I'm not waiting 2 days for you to break up with me.
No.
Yeah.
When I know that's what's happening. Call me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he called me and then he basically gave me this wishy-washy bullshit like, oh, you need more from me than what I can give and this and that. And I'm like, okay, well, it's not like I had any expectations other than what you had been already acting like before you left.
Yeah, but I think that you probably wanted to feel secure in a relationship that was not inherently secure. No, like you wanted the feeling of we're having fun here. What if we had so much fun that we did this for like a long-term commitment, right?
He was just probably like, yeah, like it's like, this is, it does. When you bring up that conversation, it does change things. Like I was talking about this guy I fell for and I brought up that situation. I think it could have gone for another 6 months if I hadn't.
Totally, yeah.
Because then it was like, wait, what are we doing? Like,
it's like if somebody plans a dinner and it's for a specific date and it's starting to get that the logistics are pretty complicated. It's like, what we're going to do is we're going to start at my house and then we're going to walk to the coffee shop. And then right after the coffee shop, we're going to go to a laser tag. And then we're going to leave laser tag and we're actually going to go bowling. And then after that, we're going to do late night drinks somewhere. If somebody's completely right. Stay with me. If someone's planning this day, right? And I'm like, I don't want to do that. I'd love for us to casually hang out. However, if I was casually hanging out with a friend, we go get coffee. Oh, you know what would be funny if we played laser tag? Wait, we're having so much fun playing laser tag. Do you want to go? And it was this spontaneous night where it sort of took you from place to place and you did this whole thing. I'm like so ready to do a casual night that gets away. And but the planning out every little part of the fun really turns it off for me. He might have been having so much fun with you casually hooking up, and it's like, oh yeah, we see each other when we do. It's really great.
Yeah, and the thing was, I mean, it was probably kind of reaching its natural conclusion, and that was an issue for me, regardless of anything that he specifically was doing. I think I was just like, what? This isn't fun anymore, but we were having so much fun. Why can't we? What's wrong with this? Like, let me, and I just doubled down.
Did you say, excuse me, I'm a marine biologist. I am main character energy. Okay.
That's right. That's damn right.
This movie is about me.
That's
okay.
Damn right,
I don't know who you are, but
we're missing the part where he introduced me to all his best girlfriends, all his friends. I've been hanging out with them. They're all telling him how much they love me.
Oh, God.
How literally the words like, I'm obsessed with her. Like you guys are so good. Apparently I heard from one of them that in their separate girls group chat, they had even been like, he seems so happy with her. Like, we love her. She's so fun.
Oh, wow.
So I was on such a high with how all of this was going. Mind you, I hadn't wanted to be anyone's girlfriend or even talk about that since 2019. So this is it was a bigger deal for me. And so the letdown was just really intense, I think. And I don't think it was, I definitely don't think it was as dramatic as I perceived it, like that he wronged me. But I will say, after the whole girlfriend conversation, the next time I saw him, I was like, listen, that made me feel weird. I feel like you feel weird about it. We don't need to be anything. That's all right. Like, I was feeling really antsy about this. I was feeling antsy about a lot of other stuff going on outside of you. And I think I took it out on the situation. And I didn't mean to corner you. I didn't mean to make you feel uncomfortable. I don't like that that's how that went. And he doubled down. He was like, no, I'm happy that you're my girlfriend. I'm happy that we're doing this. So that is why I was so shocked at the whole getting a call. Yeah, your energy's off. I think I need to, like 2 days after I gave him essentially an out.
I think they want it a little and then they're not ready. I think they want it. They're like, ooh, they dip their toes and they're like, I do really like this feeling. I do like this. But then something about them, it's maybe not even you. Like,
no, I would imagine it's probably
it's
not.
just like he's not ready for whatever this thing is, but he wants it and he likes you, but that he can't. So, but that's like annoying.
Yeah. I mean, I remember being in a situation where it was in college, one of my college girlfriends, and we've been dating for like 9 months or something like that. And I was about to go away and intern and we broke up. Like, I was like, hey, like whatever, like, it seems like we're just like, things aren't going whatever, like let's break up. And we broke up. And then we still had like another 2 months of school before the summer when like I was going to intern, whatever. And I was like, the next day I was like, oh, wait, I made a mistake. And I went to her and I was like, wait, at the point I was like 19. I was like, let's get back together until summer starts. Like, let's get back together, actually. And then we like got back together, but just for kind of like a month and a half because we were like, well, I guess this is fun.
Yeah.
But just like he was probably just like, he told you that and he was like, wait, but it is really fun and I don't really know what to do. It's like a classic, like you're trying to turn back time.
Yeah, but it's like, okay, this is lame, but it's like the Sex and the City thing with the cabs. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No, I don't. What was the cabs?
So I forget what character they're talking about it, but it's just like guys are like, they're kind of talking about marriage, but like, you have to like hail a cab or whatever, but their cab light has to be on, just basically like it's different time, so like, and it's like hard to get that. So it's like sometimes like it's like it's like context of time. Like he probably just wasn't ready for whatever reason. And it's so annoying because you're like, but so much of this worked.
Yeah, right.
Like we were working.
Yeah.
And there's like so many feelings and then like our egos are all involved. Mine is like the biggest ego ever. So it's like always getting crumbled.
Yeah.
But like, and you're like, I deal with whales. What the fuck?
Yeah, I'm like, I'm a marine biologist and actually I'm also hot.
Yes.
So,
that's
oh my God,
nice.
a hot marine biologist.
Why don't I feel like it's your loss? Okay. I was feeling wronged. And like Sarah just mentioned with the whole ego thing, I was not feeling like a bad bitch. And I was like, what can I do? What on earth can I do right now to bring the vibe up? What can I do to make myself feel like this is a funny I needed some mischief. I needed a shenanigan. And so I knew where his boat was. I knew it was unlocked and I can get into the harbor because obviously I work there. So I got onto this man's sailboat and there's one hinging table that like comes out from the wall, if you can imagine that. It like folds into three pieces and it comes out from the wall and then there's one leg that goes down to the floor.
Yeah, I know.
So
exactly
I unscrewed and took that whole leg with me.
So you did take the leg.
So you took the leg. And now,
And
here's what I'll say, by the way.
Yeah.
And this is interesting.
And anything with boats, and she'll know this to be true, are expensive.
Really expensive.
So like sheets for like a bed and a boat, for $400.
Yeah.
Okay.
Crazy.
Probably that little table like thing.
Custom, one of a kind.
It's like so stupid, but it's like probably that was
right. Yeah, it's a very specific piece of wood. Yeah.
So in an effort to get him to date you, to continue to be
no, she was that was her little ending. That was her period. That was her
period.
middle finger going, thanks.
Right. You said this is over and I'm taking a souvenir and I'm going to break in and enter into your boat and take a little leg.
I mean, I think you should frame it and put it above your bed.
Yeah. So basically our first date was on that boat, right? And I was like, I'm going to make it so that he can't easily have another date on that boat.
Smart.
This is
smart.
So I did that with the table, and then I also took the wine glasses because we had wine and his wine bottle opener.
Smart.
And I did also take the aux cord.
Girl, I got to tell you, this is...
I'm on your side. I'm on your side.
Girl,
Miles is like a goody two-shoe. I'm on your side.
Girl,
I am on your side. You take those wine glasses. You take that table leg. You reclaim. Okay.
Yeah. You reclaim what once was yours.
You reclaim it.
Got it. So
but the issue is, then he literally took his whole girly friend group out sailing the day, like hours after it happened. Yeah. And there was they all still follow me. They all still view my story, even him. And even some of the girls are like liking some of my Instagram stories and stuff. So obviously they do not know.
They don't need to know.
But now I have this delusion, unfortunately, because I think that was also hopefully to help me be like, well, I'm going to do something so crazy that I don't have to worry about him wanting to come back around into my life.
Oh,
I'm just going to be like, oh my God, that crazy girl. And it'll be closure, even if he didn't give me any closure. But now he doesn't know. And I'm like, what if he does call me and I do want to rekindle something?
This is the thing. If you're going to, and I can appreciate it. I can appreciate the art form. If you're going to pull off a heist in which you break into a boat, you steal the table legs, you steal the wine glasses.
It was only one leg, Miles.
That's a good point.
It was only one leg.
Steal the leg.
Okay, it was one leg. And wine glasses, what are they, $10 each? Let her have the wine glasses.
Let her have the wine glasses, Miles. And then, and you're going to take the aux cord. Here's what I got to say. You can't be getting back into bed with this guy. I think that you got to be done.
Well, not because of the leg or anything. I pissed in front of a guy's doorstep once.
And we love you for that. And
thank you so much. It was not even for a guy.
I am so sorry.
It wasn't even for a guy.
What?
It was for a friend's guy that rejected her. Sorry, women's rights. I don't know, whatever. Feminism. I don't know.
At a protest, you pissed on a doorstep.
It's not like
inside an apartment building.
No, it was in Venice.
Oh, it was like a house.
It was a house.
Got it. Also. Completely insane.
Innocuous.
Innocuous.
I'm sorry. I put some sterile water in front of his door.
That's
whatever.
Right.
You're welcome. I cleaned it.
You're welcome. Mother of my child. Let's go.
Anyways, I think the bigger thing is that it wasn't right.
Yeah.
You know, even though it's hard because it seems like his friend group is cool. It seemed like it was close to be right.
Yeah.
And like it ended because it seemed like from his side and your side. Yeah, it wasn't right. So if you try again, maybe, but like, I don't think so, but I do think you can take that leg. You can go to a frame shop. You can get it boxed in really cool,
in a frame,
like in a frame, and you could put it in your thing, and then it can remind you that the ego is fragile and to always check it.
I do feel you might be underestimating the size of this table leg.
Is it
my God, I was thinking it was small. Oh, it was a big one.
No, it's probably about half the size of a picnic table.
Oh my God.
Okay, so you buy a really big frame. Okay, you box it in.
I mean, here's the thing. I think that, you shouldn't revisit the situation because it sounds like you've got the ending you need.
You already know the answer, right?
Let this story come to its natural conclusion, which is you stole this stuff and this guy wasn't giving you what you needed, and that's okay. And by the way, if you ever want to do a backdoor like you hook up with this guy, all you got to do is leave a little Post-it with the leg and say, "Thanks for the memories. Dash your name." And he's going to be like, drone shot zooming out on his boat.
Yeah.
And he's like, whoa. And then it's you turning on your motorcycle, kicking it into gear. And like,
and then a whale goes next. A whale flies over the motorcycle.
Destroys the boat. But that is going to go ahead and be our advice. How are you feeling before we let you go?
I'm feeling really good. I feel like even just talking about it has made me feel like, wow, no matter what has happened or what happens, this is such an insane story. And honestly, I love myself for doing something that wild, just spur of the moment.
Absolutely.
And even if he feels like he finds out and he'll like suspect that it was me, honestly, that's not a bad thing to be memorable for. That was a crafty heist.
That's a good point.
It's funny.
It is
it's
pretty
random.
funny.
You know, if it was like serious, it was like money or something like that. You know,
you also stole $100,000 from the safe inside the boat, right?
No, but I did steal his favorite boat hat. I did take that.
Oh. Okay, another thing added to the item.
Okay, it seems like we're dealing with grand larceny. It seems like the dollar signs are stacking up there.
And I did take a mallet, and I took his mother's wedding ring.
That's right. We never gave you a fake name, but it's got to be Beluga, by the way.
Beluga.
I do appreciate you calling in. You're the absolute best. And you don't need this guy. You've got your story.
That's what it's all about.
Thank you, Miles. Thank you, Sarah. I love the show. Keep doing what you do. Thank you for calling me.
Yeah, you're the best.
So fun to talk to you.
Talk to you later. Bye.
Bye.
That is so funny.
Oh my God. A marine biologist.
A marine biologist who stole the legs.
Yeah. And did you know something about seasickness?
It's because your brain thinks you're on drugs, right?
Well, no, not even that. You also shit. You get diarrhea. I'm serious. Yeah. You throw up and you get diarrhea, because I was on a boat in Dominican Republic once with this ex. It was a long story, and everyone got seasick, but I was trying to cover it from him because I didn't want to like ruin this fishing trip or whatever. But there was a family sharing the boat with us, and they all got seasick, and they filled the toilet in the bottom of the boat so much that it was like bubbling over with stuff.
No,
and then everyone was
Sarah,
like, everyone using like buckets to go to the bathroom because everyone couldn't stop shitting.
Oh my God, Sarah, that's so disgusting.
It was a nightmare.
That's so horrible.
Yeah, I know.
Oh my God.
I mean, that feeling or getting rejected, I don't know what's worse.
Okay, we get another call here.
Hi, Miles. I think I just creeped my professor out. Yeah, I went to office hours and I did something when I left, and she kind of just gave me a weird look, and I feel embarrassed. Okay, bye.
What did she do?
I'm so curious about what she did.
Fart?
I will say,
no,
it's like, what would be creepy about that?
Wish you made eye contact with
Guys,
someone?
I'm so unsettled. A student just farted.
But looked at you, made eye contact?
And went, that would be, I think that would just be funny.
It's a power move.
It
depends what class. What is the class for?
I'll say every time I went to office hours, I felt it was too intimate.
Are you kidding me? I loved office hours.
You did? I always went for like some math class and it'd be like, it's just me and the professor.
Math class? I was a history major at UCLA, and office hours, Professor Mary Quarry, sound off if you have her. I think she's still teaching.
Huge shout out, yeah.
She was the best. But office hours were like all like I'm going to say it, smart kids would hang out and we'd like discuss like history.
Philosophy. Oh my God, that's so dorky. And I love you for it.
We would just like discuss it and but she was always open for office hours.
What do you think Thomas Jefferson was thinking?
No, excuse me. This was for American intellectual thought.
Oh, got it.
Okay. But then she was scary though. Oh. So this one kid, so it would be office hours. And then there'd be like one kid that like really didn't care about the class, like never showed up. And they would like drop off a midterm and she'd be like, great, this was obviously due like 2 weeks ago. And he'd be like, sorry. And she's like, it's okay. You don't care. And then continue to talk to us. And then
you were such a teacher's pet. This is so funny. It's so funny because you have you're such a funny combination of a person that you are obviously very like intellectually smart. You're very good in school, but you also do not like rules. You love to break rules. You are extremely messy and you have wild ADHD.
Yes.
And I love that about you. It's kind of it's a perfect chaos, it's a perfect storm of chaos, baby.
Chaos, baby.
I will say the one time I went to office hours, or no, I went a bunch actually in college. I was a good student, not to brag. But I will say, I remember specifically, I got a really bad grade. I was in the screenwriting program at UNC. I got a really bad, the screenwriting professor was like a little bit of
a bad grade in screenwriting?
So here's the thing. He was a little bit of a wackadoodle and kind of like a big ego, used to work in Hollywood. Maybe he's listening to the show. What up? He used to work in Hollywood, then he like moved to North Carolina and was teaching the screenwriting program. And he, at one point, it was kind of crazy because like we'd write these screenplays, we'd read them aloud and everyone would give notes. And I remember literally I wrote this thing and like whatever, it was probably bad. I was a college student and I got such a bad grade on it. And I was like, wait, what the fuck? Like this doesn't make any sense. Like compared to the other kids in the class, I'm writing whatever, the reception in the class as we read it, this makes no sense. And I went to his office and I was like, why did I think he had given me he had literally given me like a B- or a C+ on it. And I was an A student in my major, whatever. So his officer was like, what is going on? And he was like, well, look, like it was bad. Like it was really bad and like whatever. And he was like saying how bad it was. And I was like, I am so confused because I don't understand why this is like this and whatever. Yeah. And he was just like, look, like I even showed another professor and they thought it was bad. And I was like, wait, what? And I was like, wait, what's going on? And he was like, and eventually he was like, okay, well in class, I gave you the suggestion for what it should be about. And you didn't seem to like that. And I was like,
you always have your own ideas.
And I was like, yeah, it's my script. Like I was confused. Like I was like, what? Like, it kind of was just like, he didn't like that I didn't use his idea. And he was like mad about it. No, by the way, it's so bad.
Read it and see if it's bad?
I'm sure it's bad, but it was just so confusing because it was you didn't get grades knocked off if it was bad. That was not how you were graded in the screenwriting program. It's not like, did you like it? It was like, it has nothing to do with it. You
pissed him off.
I pissed him off though.
Yeah,
but I was a little bit of a, not a shit starter, but I have a big ego and stuff now.
Yeah, I'm sure your ego was flaring up.
No, in college.
It was flaring up. Your ego was flaring, man.
Oh man. I mean, in college, I got in trouble sometimes. I had some learning to do. I was a little shitty.
Yeah, you little shit.
I was a little shit. Okay, let's give this person a call and we can figure out how they creeped out their student. They could be like, I gave them my number.
Do you want to guess?
I don't think it was a fart. I think they said something weird about like sexual something.
Hello.
Literally, howdy.
Hi.
You called perfect person and I'm here to call you back. I'm here with my wife, Sarah.
Oh my God. Hello. Wait. Sorry. Is it loud?
No,
it's a little loud. Are you in the dining hall?
What did I call about?
What did I call about?
Are you stoned?
You don't even remember what you called about. What are you? You're just a college student fucking chiefing the reefer. I mean, you called about creeping out your professor. Was it a lie?
Oh, no, that was not a lie.
What happened?
What happened?
What'd you do?
Okay, so can you put my stuff away too, please? Sorry, I'm in the dining hall.
That's clear, by the way.
So I was there for office hours.
Yeah.
And it's a professor for the department I work in. And I have like a key to like open up all the doors.
What's the department? Like what's the subject?
Oh, psychology. I was going there. I was rushing after one of my classes because her office hours ended like pretty late in the day. Yeah. And I had to ask her about a grade I got. But when I got there, she didn't know who I was. Seemed like she forgot the class that I was in there for. And when I asked her about like the email I sent, she was like, what email? You didn't send me an email. Like, I don't know who you are. And then I explained the situation. I told her what I was like talking about, finally got that settled. But as I was leaving, like the door wouldn't lock. And I took out the key I have for that department so I could unlock the door and then close it and then lock it again. But she didn't know I worked there, I guess. And just like saw me with the key to her door. And was just like thrown off and gave me like the most jarring look, like big eyes I've ever seen.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I don't know. I kind of like ran after that.
Honestly, that's a fucking power move. You're like, yeah. You don't know who I am? Well, I've got the keys to your fucking office, actually.
Yeah. Oh, you want to give me a bad grade?
Oh my God.
Because I could just go in there and change it myself.
Looks like I'll just be going into your room and rearranging your lamps, actually.
Be on edge, Mr.
Oh my God. Sometimes I'm so scared they like genuinely think that.
I mean, why do you
They have really creepy eyes.
Why do you have
like
the
my
keys?
professors have really creepy eyes.
Why are they creepy?
Because I open up the office every day. I mean, I help like with grad students in case they need to get to like specific doors, or professors get into their offices if they like lock themselves out or anything, basically.
Here's what I'll say though. You have now, I mean, this is honestly an open and shut case for me.
Yeah.
I think that you gotta, next time you see this professor in class, you're going to go up and be like, hey,
God,
sorry. By the way, I work in the department. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm pitching something else.
And by the way, that's interesting. Okay, let me finish mine. I want to hear yours. So you go, by the way, I work in the department. No big deal. That's my name again. Like, blah, blah, blah. And you can sit in the front row. She's going to give you a good ass grade for the rest of the semester. If she's like, that's the person who has the key
Yeah.
And I like sort of like have an awareness. How many students is this teacher teaching for? Hundreds probably.
Yeah, but now they know.
Now they know. Now they know your name. And you're sort of like the one person with the key. It's like, oh, I have a story locked to the memory.
Person. Now they know who you are.
Exactly. So it sort of identifies you out of the other people. And I think that's going to help you. Sarah, what's your advice?
My pitch.
Yeah, here we go.
Don't say anything.
You talking to me, Willis?
Don't say anything.
I think you sit in the front row.
Yeah.
Make eye contact. Let them know who's in power.
No, I like that. You take out the key and just clean it.
Just
brandish
start cleaning it.
Brandish it.
It's like it's really loud too. Like it's on a lanyard. It just like clinks. It makes really loud noises.
I'd be on edge if I were you, Professor Holmes.
Sherlock Holmes, actually. The greatest psychologist of all.
But I do love sitting in the front row. I sat in the front row in college every day. And honestly, there was 400 kids behind me, but I didn't know. I thought it was I just thought I was having a private class.
That's right. That's on being a little goody two shoes. I mean, I'll say that I sat in the front row for some classes for sure.
Yeah.
But
I wouldn't worry about it. I'm sure they put it together. But yeah, I think Miles is right. Being like, hi again, I'm Miles.
Textbook.
I'm Textbook. So nice to meet you. So nice to see you again. By the way, like you were just saying, I work in the building. So
yeah, we thought you, when you first called in, when we heard your message, we thought you farted or something.
I was hoping.
Oh my God. I'd have to drop out if I did that, honestly. Like I could not show my face again.
Dropping out for farting may be the title of the episode. But thank you so much for calling in and I appreciate it. Get back to that dining hall and don't forget to have the macaroni salad.
Ooh, sounds good.
Oh. Right, thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. It makes sense.
Yeah, you're the best. Thanks for calling in. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, college.
I miss it.
I do miss it too. I mean, I
wish we went to college together.
I know. I wish that too. I think we would have been friends. But you said you didn't have a lot of friends in college because you're too busy trying to get a 4.0, right?
Yeah. Kids don't do that.
No.
I was so neurotic or over it. One time in office hours, another professor, I was freaking out because I had an A- and he was like, what the fuck is your problem, basically?
He said that?
No, he was just like, it was actually really cool. Professor Little.
Huge shout out.
Yeah, he was amazing at UCLA. But he said, if you care about the ideas, the grades just come. And I've always applied that to the rest of my life.
I think that's true, though.
And like when I really hate a job, I'm like, I can't do this well because the grades aren't going to come because I hate it. But he was just being like, but if you know, get a minus, it's okay. But I just think about that. That's like my mantra a lot of times. If you care about the ideas, the grades just come.
Well, no, I think that's true. Like for me, when I was a student, the shit that I did not care about, the ideas I did not care about, the grades did not come.
Yeah.
And then when I cared about the classes, all my major classes, I got a fucking A in.
Yeah.
And then pretty much like most of my general credits, I did not get good grades in because I just didn't apply myself. I was like, why? Like I'm too busy doing improv and making stuff with my friends that I just couldn't care less about, getting a good grade in this math class that I'm just doing to get the general education requirement.
And I think that's the way to do it because it ultimately doesn't matter.
No,
afterwards with college.
Okay, well we have one more call here to get to.
Hi, Miles. My conundrum is that I need to figure out a way to out-nanny the other nanny that I technically work with, if that makes sense. Okay, thanks. Bye.
We've got competing nannies and we've got to figure out why.
It's always hard. I was a nanny once and I showed up and there was like the mainstay nanny and she was basically like, back off. And then they fired me.
Oh my God. You got fired?
Yeah.
Wow, what was wrong?
I wasn't into it.
I didn't apply
I
myself.
didn't care about the ideas.
Hold on.
Hello?
Hold on. Oh my gosh, I was in the middle of a conversation with my boss.
Hold on.
I was in the middle of a conversation with my boss who I'm calling about, and then I had to run out of the room and I just went, I'm sorry.
Oh my God, these.
Oh, that's so funny. Well,
we'll do it fast.
Thank you so much for calling Perfect Person. I'm obviously here with my wife, Sarah Bonsignore, not even Peterson.
Hi.
Oh my gosh, Sarah.
Hi. Oh, that's so sweet.
So exciting. Hi, guys.
I was a nanny too, so let's talk about it.
Yeah, so okay, what's going on? There's another
talk.
nanny and you're trying to compete.
Yes, I am. So hold on. I just ran up the stairs. Give me a minute. Okay. So I have about like 2 families that I work for. And this is for the one that there's 2 babies. And I think one of them is about to be a year in a week.
Oh, wow.
And the other one is like 11 months.
Okay.
Gotcha.
And I've been with the 11-month-old since he was 2 months, I think. And now I love them so much.
Yeah.
I like basically my children. It's so wonderful. But they recently hired on another one that becomes when I leave. Basically, since I have to leave to go pick up my 13-year-old and the other women stay. Okay, hold on. I'm really out of breath. You got to give me 1 second.
Fine. Don't worry about it.
No worries at all.
Don't worry about it.
Take your time. Take a deep breath.
I ran up 3 flights of stairs.
Oh my God, that's impressive.
Oh my God. Are you in the home of the people you nanny for?
Yes, I am.
Are you in a brownstone?
Yeah, 3 flights. My gosh, they must be doing well.
I ran really far. The 2 moms, they work at a pediatric therapy clinic, which is hard to explain. So they're working, but they come in to nurse every like 3 or 4 hours. So I'm with their children. But I have to go pick up my 13-year-old from school.
Okay.
And so the other nanny comes in later.
Got it.
Gotcha.
And she comes in when I'm gone, basically. And I think they like her better. But I've been with them since they were like 9 months. And she just came in here like 3 weeks ago.
Oh. Why do you think that they like her better, though?
Yeah. Why, she just tried charming? Or
So like the first day that she got there, like I came in the next day and I was like, how'd she do? Like, do the boys like her? Like, or did it go well? And they were like, yeah, she's wonderful. Like, it was perfect. Like, she like played really well with them. And I was like, well, they're 10 months old. They can't do that much. So like,
they can, what are they doing to play?
Yeah. Okay. They looked at her.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, for real. And so basically it like time went on a little bit. And then one of the moms hired her like for like a job that was like outside of the clinic. But the mom had texted me before that, like a couple weeks before, and she was like, hey, if you're ever available, like, please let me know so me and my husband can go on a date. And I was like, absolutely, just text me, like, here's my hours, like, we're totally good. And then she hired the other one. And so I'm like, what am I doing wrong?
No, okay. I don't think you're doing anything wrong. I think this is good because you want them to have a good second nanny so you can pick up your kid. And they're happy, you're happy. They're not going to go away from you because they need both of you.
Right.
And also like you have been there for a long time and that means a lot as like a new parent. If like, I'm like, they've been with them since 2 months, it's a huge deal. Right. And like, just because they also, she's new.
Yeah, she's new. So by the way, it's the honeymoon phase.
Let's call her Esmeralda. Esmeralda's new.
Yeah.
And so it's always easy in the beginning. And then after like 2 months, you're like, ugh, they're all of a sudden going to starting to get annoyed with Esmeralda because that always happens.
Yeah, they're like, wait, Esmeralda, like for some reason, like
left this thing open. That's so annoying.
She left the peanut butter all over the toilet
They might
seat.
be like goo for the new one because it's a new shiny nanny, but you're classic.
You're the classic old
classic.
nanny. You're the classic nanny, okay?
And then that's home for them. That's home. Like you're safe. You're safe. Don't worry about that. So yeah, they might have like, but you don't. The date night thing is like, don't worry about that. They probably were like, oh, we don't want to bother.
Also, you have a child, right? So they're probably like, oh, you know what? She has a child. Like we don't. Let's just use the other nanny.
Oh no, I don't have a child. I'm so sorry. I nanny for 2 different families.
Okay, that makes way more sense.
I can't believe you have a 13-year-old. You don't sound like you could have a 13-year-old.
I know. I was like, wow. Like, okay, got it. So you to pick up the 13-year-old for you nanny.
So you with 2 families. I get it. I mean. Yeah, but you don't want to quit that 13-year-old job.
Right.
I mean, I do, but that's for another time.
Okay.
Well, then maybe
they're talk about that, especially when I'm in this house.
Don't get freaked out by the shiny new toy. Like you're solid. Just keep doing good work.
Okay.
This new Barbie nanny just got there, and honestly, like
she'll start messing up.
I think I get a little worried because like I'm with the kids for 7 hours straight, and we're stuck in this room.
So long.
That's long.
In this one room, and I run out of things to do.
I mean, I have an 8-month-old, and we have to. I just was talking about it. We're gone the entire day because he gets so annoyed. I don't know how you're doing that. How do you do that?
Yeah, Sarah's always on little trips with our son.
I literally am home for like an hour during the day because he like gets so bored. Yeah. So that's really impressive.
It's like I can't. I don't know. I'm just like, and we're stuck in the same small room. The entire it's small. It has one window.
filled with toys. It's not bad, but I'm making it sound bad.
I know, but that
like,
sounds hard.
Yeah, it sounds hard to be in one place the whole time. Why can't
So it's like a nanny share, like both parents are like, you watch two babies, basically? Is that it?
Yes, yeah. So they work in this clinic, and there's like a daycare area for the babies, and that's where I work. And there's like
got it.
toys everywhere, and like one rocking chair and 2 pack and plays, and that's what I'm working with.
Oh wow,
that's impressive.
That's really impressive.
That's really incredible. You're doing really hard work.
They're not gonna fire you. They need all the help they can get, and also you've been there since the beginning, so you have a relationship with the 8-month-old.
And also, by the way, I think I have been the shiny nanny, and eventually I started messing up, and they were like, "Never mind."
Exactly.
Don't worry.
Yeah,
just like keep. But it's like one of those things where, like, with all jobs, put your head down, just keep doing your good work, and don't worry about, like, you know, the shiny new thing, because they'll have their time to mess
they'll
up.
have their comeuppance.
Yeah.
They surely shall.
Yeah, and then maybe think if you still want to do the 13-year-old job, you know?
Yeah, I'll have my comeback. I just need to get out of that room. I need to go outside.
Ask them, can you take like strolling walks?
Yeah, take strolling walks.
Got it. They must get so fussy. I don't think my son could deal with that.
I think also it's just like, like I said before, like anything you can do. I've been with a job like this, like if you're worried about getting fired or something like that, one of the best things you can do, like obviously if they're giving you any feedback, you got to be doing that too. But I feel like just to humanize yourself to these people is really good. Like, because they see you only when they're nursing and stuff like that. And I think the more that they're like, oh yeah, this is a person that has like other responsibilities and whatever, like it doesn't sound like you're actually on the verge of getting fired. No. But for anybody that's out there that is worried about that, I find that actually is the best way to avoid getting fired.
And I have another piece of advice because I've been fired before. Yeah. If you do, which you're not going to, don't worry, don't get in that panic zone. But if the jobs or I've been fired or I think I've fired people, it wasn't a right fit. Yeah. So like sometimes getting fired is actually the best thing. It sucks in the moment because you're like, oh, I don't want to do the hard work of getting another job and this sucks and money and everything. But usually it's because it wasn't a right fit. Yeah, like I've been fired before and I was like, thank you. Ultimately, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I didn't want to do this anyway. Yeah. Thank you so much for calling in. And you have the best time. Yeah, you're not getting fired. You're fine.
Doing amazing work.
You're doing great.
You're doing incredible work.
Thank you.
Great.
Yeah. Congratulations, Miles, on leaving the company.
Oh, thank you.
I hope everything goes well for you. I'll keep up. I'll keep up with you.
Absolutely. I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
That's so sweet.
All right. Well, you have the best night.
All right, bye.
Oh, wow. I hung up on them just a little too soon.
Oh, my God, Miles.
I didn't mean to.
That was so... She was probably like, bye. It was so...
Oh, my gosh. No. I feel so bad. Literally, I always wait for them. I say bye, and then they say, okay, bye, and then I hang up. I just said bye, hung up. Hey, I'm sorry.
Sorry. Where's the cameras?
Well, Sarah, that brings us to our final segment, a segment that we like to call Get Real.
You know, this song makes me cry.
I know
it's just some random song.
Well, Sarah, this is a segment called Get Real, where we force a genuine moment in an effort to learn more about each other and ourselves.
That's good.
We just toured several preschools.
And daycares.
Daycares is what I meant.
It's daycare / preschool.
I always get confused. It's like daycare, preschool, kindergarten.
Correct.
First grade. Then second.
Yeah, then third.
Fourth?
Yes.
Okay. So we just toured several daycares for next year. And I found that experience was like really wild because right now he's kind of a little cute slug and he says little stuff and he's kind of starting to walk around and like he can kind of grab stuff and walk around. He crawls everywhere, whatever. And that's very exciting for our little son. But him going to daycare feels like the next step. And I feel like it's also an opportunity for you to kind of get your life back in a lot of ways. You're a writer, performer. You have lots of career goals and dreams and aspirations. And you'll get to slowly kind of get back into those as he goes to daycare next year. So how are you feeling about that?
It's hard because for so long I'm like, this is so freaking hard. I can't do this. And then we got, we're going to have some more help. And make sure play that. And then I'm like, wait, I had a thought. I was like, wait, we don't need to do this. Him and I are fine. And I'll have a bunch of activities and we'll go to the pool. We'll do this. And he doesn't need to go. And then I have to be like, he's his own person. I mean, he should, you need a bond or whatever, but I'm like, he has his own life and so do I. Yeah. And it's like, kind of like, even though it's hard to think that like he'll have the day without me, like I want him to grow up being like, my mom did the things she wanted to do. Yeah. If I didn't want to do these things, like,
right, my mom had goals and dreams.
Yeah, but like if your mom wanted to be just your mom, like that's also amazing.
Oh no, that is amazing. It's incredible. It's just not what you want.
Incredible, so hard, but it's not. I want, different things, and so it's hard to be like, is this selfish? Yeah. But also like, I think that's like a mother is like, oh, it's selfish if I do it. But like if a dad does it, it's not selfish. So it's like, fuck that.
Yeah, totally.
But also I think it's, it's hard separating, like everyone knows, but also I'm excited to get me back.
Yeah, I mean,
I've been half me, I feel like.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And I think that like he is such a active baby.
He's wild, guys.
He's like real wild, like
he's
grabbing everything.
And moving, and he wants people. And he loves to see people. Being admired, I think.
I know he loves to be admired. He's a really giggly baby. Like he's gonna do so well in daycare.
I think he's gonna thrive. Yeah, and it's part time.
Yeah, right. It's part time, and I think he's just gonna do so well.
And it was so cute. We went yesterday.
I know.
And they have little tiny chairs.
Little tiny chairs, and they were all eating lunch, and we were like, oh.
Then we opened the door, they all looked at us. It's something about little chairs. And it reminds me of like, even though it won't be preschool for him, it reminds me, I got vanilla wafers in preschool. And I remember going down, I'm sure everyone has these like weird little memories, but I couldn't take a nap. So they had to make a separate corner for me because I didn't do naps. So I had my little section.
You had your chill zone. Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to my crib.
I am not sleeping.
You guys want to hang out over here? Yeah. I'm just chatting.
But Juju falls asleep.
No, he's a good sleeper. Yeah. But I think it's like sort of the next phase of this kind of thing.
And it's weird. It's like, wait, time is growing. There was a couple months in there where I was like, this is so hard. And it's like, time is going by so slow. And I was like, he'll never grow up. And I'll be like, Right. And
it's like, oh yeah, no, he will do this. And then eventually he goes to school full time.
And I look at some other moms and I'm like, wow, they're a lot more graceful than I am. Sometimes I'm like, this is hard, right? And they're like, I just love them so much. I'm like, okay, I'm going to go kill myself.
Well, it's like, of course we love him.
Yeah, but I just have to be so vocal about like everything I'm going through that some people don't match that. And that's hard for me.
Yeah,
but
that's right.
No, he's obviously adorable. He's our son. And I'm so excited for both of our adventures coming up.
That's right. Well, Sarah, that's the show. Thank you so much for doing it.
Thanks for having me.
I love you.
I love you.
Sarah, where can people find you if they want to get more of that Sarah content? That's right.
Yep. Pizzy Bon on
that's right.
the Instagram and the
TikTok.
And that's it.
That's it.
PETES.
Check out Sarah's freaking stuff. And subscribe to my YouTube channel. I just put my wildlife tracking video on there last week, and everyone's been super cool. I appreciate everyone who's been subscribing.
I'm so proud of you. By the way, Get Real in reverse. I'm so proud of you.
Reverse Get Real. Get Real reversal.
When I met you, we were unemployed.
When we were unemployed.
We were eating eggs every day, and then you were a PA, and then like, wow, this is your dream.
I know.
Isn't that crazy?
It is. That part is really crazy, and like hasn't really sunk in.
I'm so proud of you, and like you love what you're doing.
Oh, I do.
I'm really proud of you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, that should be the real Get Real. Like, who cares about the Daycare? I'm proud of you. It's a big deal what you're doing.
That's very sweet. It's hard for me to accept praise like that.
I think you're doing okay.
No, I do feel that way.
You're like, it's hard to accept praise.
Hard to accept praise.
No, I am, as your partner, I'm proud. I'm amazed. I'm like, look at you go. I just love watching you.
Thank you, honey.
I love you.
Well, thank you, everybody, for listening. Check out the YouTube channel. Follow @PerfectPersonPod on Instagram if you want to call into the show. And until next time, if you have a problem, remember that no matter where you are, no matter who you are, or what your problem is, perfection is only a call away.
That was a Headgum podcast.